You know how history textbooks lay everything out in a neat, tidy timeline? Well, what if that's not the whole story? What if, scattered in ancient ruins across the globe, there are objects so bizarre they just don't fit? We're not talking about simple curiosities. We're talking about artifacts that challenge our very understanding of the ancient world, hinting at a past far more advanced and a lot weirder than we ever imagined. Today, we're unearthing the discoveries that, by all accounts, shouldn't exist. Our journey begins in the former Roman Empire, where, for nearly 3 centuries, archaeologists have been finding the same baffling object. It's known as the Roman dodecahedron. Over 120 of these have popped up everywhere from Great Britain to Hungary, all dating from the 2nd to 4th centuries A.D. Each one is a small, hollow, 12-sided object made of bronze or stone. Every pentagonal face has a hole of a different size, and each corner sports a little knob. For centuries, these things have stumped everyone. The Romans were obsessive record keepers, yet not a single ancient text says a word about them. No user manuals, no pictures in their art, just silence. This total lack of documentation is what makes them so profoundly odd. The sheer skill it took to create them means they weren't just everyday items. One found near Norton Disney, England, was cast from a tricky leaded metal alloy, proving that a huge amount of effort went into making it. So, what on earth were they for? The theories are all over the map. Some say they were candlesticks, or weird dice, or even a gadget for knitting gloves. Others have suggested they were surveying tools for the Roman military, but none of these ideas really stick. The dodecahedrons aren't a standard size, so they can't be for measuring, and they show no signs of wear, which pretty much rules out any use as a practical tool. The most compelling theory takes us down a more secretive path: ritual and magic. Researchers at Belgium's Gallo-Roman Museum believe they were used in magical rites. This would explain why they're missing from official records. As Christianity rose, magic was outlawed in the Roman Empire, forcing its practitioners and their tools into the shadows. Found in all sorts of places, from graves to coin hoards, the dodecahedrons may have held different meanings for different communities, forever hiding their true purpose from a disapproving empire. They remain a silent testament to a forgotten belief system, their secrets lost to time. Next, we're diving into the Mediterranean Sea, off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera. Back in 1900, a group of sponge divers hit the jackpot, a 2,000-year-old shipwreck. Amidst the pottery and statues, they found a corroded lump of bronze that would completely rewrite the history of technology. It was the Antikythera Mechanism. At first, nobody thought much of it, but as scientists started peeking inside with X-rays and advanced imaging, they found something incredible. The corroded exterior hid a mind-bendingly complex system of at least 30 interlocking bronze gears. This was no simple tool. It was a sophisticated astronomical calendar. It's now hailed as the world's first known analog computer, a 2,200-year-old device of pure genius. By turning a simple hand crank, an ancient user could track the sun and moon, predict eclipses, and even map out the paths of the 5 planets you can see with the naked eye. It could model the moon's irregular orbit and even account for the changing speeds of the sun through the zodiac, a level of mechanical and astronomical brilliance thought to be purely modern. Scientists were floored to find this kind of tech in an ancient shipwreck, and the discoveries keep coming. Recent analyses have challenged old assumptions, suggesting the mechanism may have used a 354-day lunar calendar, which adds a whole new layer of complexity to how it worked. The Antikythera Mechanism is a stunning reminder that our ancestors were far more capable scientists and engineers than we ever gave them credit for. It really makes you wonder, What other technological marvels are still lost to the depths of time? The past is just loaded with these incredible puzzles. If you find these mysteries as fascinating as I do, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. We have so many more secrets to unearth together. Now, let's head to Delhi, India, to see a marvel of ancient metallurgy that stands in open defiance of nature. This is the Iron Pillar of Delhi. At over 7 meters tall and weighing more than 6 tons, this pillar was put up around 400 AD. For over 1,600 years, it has faced Delhi's heat, monsoons, and pollution, and yet, it's almost completely rust-free. This is a feat that modern science still has to work to explain. How did ancient metalsmiths forge something so incredibly resistant to corrosion? The secret is in its unique chemical makeup. Analysis shows the pillar is made of iron with an unusually high phosphorus content, which came from the specific ore used by ancient Indian ironworkers. That phosphorus was the key. Over centuries of being exposed to the elements, a constant cycle of getting wet and drying off, a super thin, protective film of crystalline iron hydrogen phosphate hydrate formed on the surface. This microscopic layer, along with other helpful byproducts, acts like a shield, protecting the metal from the environment. The pillar itself was built by painstakingly forge welding small lumps of iron together, all without any modern equipment. The Iron Pillar of Delhi isn't just an archaeological curiosity, it's a monument to a lost form of metallurgical genius. It proves a deep understanding of materials that in some ways we didn't match until recent centuries. While today's pollution has finally started to cause some faint spots of rust, the pillar's unbelievable resilience continues to be a benchmark for durability. It's a silent challenge to all our assumptions about what was technologically possible in the ancient world. Our final artifact takes us to the fierce world of the Vikings. Between 800 and 1000 AD, a very special type of sword appeared on the scene, a blade so advanced it felt almost mythical. It was stamped with a name that was basically a medieval luxury brand, OOPArts. To a Viking warrior, their sword was their life. But most blades of that era were pretty weak, made from iron full of impurities that made them bend or even shatter in the middle of a fight. The OOPArts swords, however, were on another level. When archaeologists got them into a lab, their jaws hit the floor. These blades were made of crucible steel, a metal so pure and with such a high carbon content that it was literally 1,000 years ahead of its time. Europe wouldn't see steel this good again until the Industrial Revolution. A typical Viking-era sword had a low carbon content. In contrast, the OOPArt had up to 3 times more, making it stronger, more flexible, and way lighter than its rivals. A warrior with an OOPArt could smash an enemy's shield without worrying about his blade breaking, and its sharpness was legendary. For its time, it was the perfect weapon. The big mystery is, how did they make it? The technology to heat iron in a crucible to remove impurities wasn't thought to exist in Europe back then. For a long time, everyone assumed the materials must have come from Central Asia. But recent analysis of an OOPArt found in Germany points in a different direction. Chemical signatures in the blade and lead in the pommel suggest a local European origin. This implies that a small circle of European smiths had mastered a revolutionary technique that was far ahead of its time, a secret that eventually died out with the Viking Age. The OOPArt wasn't just a sword. It was a piece of technology from the future. From the ritual silence of the Roman dodecahedrons to the impossible steel of the OOPArt sword, From the celestial calculator of Antikythera to the rust-defying pillar of Delhi, these artifacts all have something in common. They're outliers. They're pieces of the past that refuse to fit into the neat stories we tell about history. They prove that our ancestors were more ingenious, more knowledgeable, and way more mysterious than we give them credit for. Each one is a monument to lost knowledge and forgotten skills, showing us just how much of our own history is still waiting to be discovered. It all makes you wonder, what else is out there, buried right under our feet, that could rewrite everything we think we know? What artifact do you find the most mysterious? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.